What's up, YouTube? Happy Friday. Let's talk about ammo. The ammo situation is still going on. It's gotten better. The prices have come down, but they're at a high plateau. If you've been looking for ammo or you've been just researching the prices, you know what I'm talking about. Availability's back for the most part on most calibers, but the prices are just through the roof comparatively. Now, they're never going to go back to normal. We all have agreed on that, and nobody, expects them to go back to exactly where they were. We'll take some inflation. We understand that, but still, they're way too high. Now, when it comes to components, they put a stranglehold on the components. We can't get primers. Powder's a little bit shaky, but it's basically the primers and a lot of the brass. The projectiles are coming through because there's plenty of projectile makers. But the primers, for those guys, the bigger companies, the Vista and the Olin, to not be releasing primers, and they tell us they're not going to release primers, and then we find out about the rumors of the government actually owning some of the primers and some of the powder, and these supposedly big, large runs of ammunition that these companies talk about making, they're not going to us. They're going to federal contracts, whether that's military or federal police or whatever they are. They're not coming to us. So, yeah, well, real nice how you're running your lines, but how about giving it to us at a reasonable price? So, what are some of the consequences here that we're going to have? Well, I'll try to run through them really quick. Number one, gun ownership, gun interest is going to go down, period. People can't afford to feed the guns. People aren't going to want to shoot them. So that's going to shoot the industry in its own foot. So for the manufacturers, the ammo manufacturers, they want to control this whole situation. That's pretty greedy because they're going to take down other industries with them. You already see rebates going on and guns going on sale. You're seeing some guns go back to the normal pricing. So if you can't feed your guns, people aren't going to want to buy them. That industry is going to suffer. Let's move on to training. There's a lot of trainers, training companies, training facilities that are suffering right now. People can't buy ammunition. They're just not signing up for classes. That's not good. Training is something that a lot of people need. Training, knowledge, it's all good to pass along. If people can't buy a case of ammunition, they're simply not going to training. They're not taking their kids training. They're not doing their own training. They're not getting other people into it. They're not getting their friends into it. Not only regular people going to the range, but people who want to be, proficient at law enforcement applications with firearms. I know a lot of police officers that need to train. Their departments don't just hand them ammunition. Federal agencies might hand away ammunition like it's just, put dump trucks of ammo on your front lawn for them. But when it comes to some of your smaller agencies, a lot of that ammunition they have to purchase on their own. And even if the agency has to buy it for the officer, the agency is limited to how much they can buy. Reduced training, bad incidences with firearms. We all know that's not a good combination. And people who carry firearms all day long need training. That means CCW people, that means police officers, that means anybody. Let's talk about kids, all right? People aren't able to take their sons and daughters out as much and shoot with them. They're not able to teach them as much safety. They're not able to teach them as much proficiency. That's, it sucks just as a standpoint from looking at spending time with your kids, but also if any of your kids ever want to be in the military or ever want to be law enforcement, or if they just want to be proficient at the farm taking care of things, predators and hunting and whatnot, well, you're not going to be able to teach them as well. That's not good. That's a disadvantage. If our kids go into the military not knowing what guns are, that's just automatically something that's inherently not good. What about stores? Stores are hurting, period. Your average gun shop is hurting. People aren't frequenting the gun shop because they don't want to pay for the ammo. They're not buying the guns because they can't feed the guns, and all the other stuff doesn't matter to them. So a lot of the combined stores that might be a shop and a range and a training facility, total hurt right now. Total hurt. So hopefully businesses don't just go under. So that means new people aren't going to want to come into the industry right now. At least not for a while. You're not going to have new ammunition manufacturers coming up with new ideas and doing new things because it's hard to even break into that. You're not going to have new training facilities. You're not going to have new shops. You're not going to have new whatever. You're only going to see a decline. I can't see anybody wanting to open up a gun shop right now. Not a very good idea. So overall, I think it's just going to lead to a big slump in everything. It's going to lead to a slump in training, a slump in sales, a slump in manufacturing, just a total slump altogether. Not a good situation. So the two big companies, for all their greed, everything that they're taking and taking and taking right now, Vista and Olin, they're destroying everybody else around them. So good job. Maybe get on their social media, let them know what you think. They like to delete comments, but go ahead and repost them and give them more stuff to delete. Thanks for watching. Everybody have a great weekend. Until we see you next time, Stay safe, have fun, and keep shooting.